So if you want to take your look from this to this, then keep on watching. Hi everyone, welcome to Face the Future. Today I'm going to be showing you how to get a mob wife style makeup inspired by Miley Cyrus's makeup at the 2024 Grammys. So the first thing that we're going to do is set our eyebrows in place. Today I'm using HD Brows Brow Glue, which is a clear brow setting glue. This is super strong hold, so it will last on your brows all day long. So what we're going to do is use upwards and outward strokes just to set our brow hairs in place. And then we get this nice undone fluffy brow look, which is exactly what Miley's brows were like at the Grammys. So once you're finished, you should end up with something like this. Next, to add a little bit more definition to the brows, I'm going to go in with the HD Brows Brow Tech. This is a brow pencil which also has a spoolie on one end, and this is great for adding extra definition and hair-like strokes to your brows. The pencil is really super fine, so you can get a really nice natural brow effect. But if you also want to build it up into more of a power brow, where you can create more of a block look, you can also create that kind of effect too. So you just want to use tiny little hair strokes like this to create a natural brow effect. And then if you want to soften the look of the pencil, you can take the spoolie and just run that through your brows. Now that our brows are in place, I'm going to go in with my base products. I've already prepped my skin with my normal skincare routine, so the next step for me is foundation. This is the Et al. Intelligent Skin Foundation. This is more of a hybrid between skincare and foundation, as it delivers lots of benefits for your skin as you wear it. So because we're in between seasons at the moment and we're in the winter months, my skin is a little bit paler than usual, so I'm mixing two of my favourite shades together to get my perfect match. So I'm using a foundation brush just to mix the two colours together, and then I'm just going to pop them onto my face. So the best way to apply your foundation and not put too much foundation on is to start from the centre of your face and work outwards rather than apply the foundation to the entirety of your face. So now I'm just going to use a beauty blender to blend that into my skin. And just taking a tiny bit more foundation and just popping this in the centre of the face again, on the forehead and on the chin. And just using a beauty blender to pop that into the skin. So once you've finished blending the foundation into your skin, you can take what's left on your beauty blender or your buffing brush and just gently press over the top of your eyelids. This will cancel out any redness and prepare your lids ready for your eyeshadow application. You can also use the beauty blender to gently go over the top of your lips as well to prep these for your lipstick later. This helps to give you a really nice even base and also helps your products to last a little bit longer. So the next step after foundation is to set your foundation in place, because we want everything to last all night long or all day long. So what I'm going to do is a technique that's called baking, where you essentially bake your powder onto your skin. This gives a really long lasting finish and it's perfect for nights out. So I'm going to take a tiny bit of foundation onto my beauty blender and just tap the excess off. And then I'm just going to take the beauty blender and press the powder into my under eye area. So the product I've used for baking today is the Sigma Soft Focus Setting Powder. This is in the shade Vanilla Bean. So once you're finished with your baking, you should end up with something like this. Don't worry if you can still see your powder on your skin, that is completely normal and how the baking technique is meant to be done. So you let the powder sit on your skin for a couple of minutes and then you can dust it away with a buffing brush. Now your look is locked in place, it's time to do our contour. So the contour product we're using today is the Jane Iredale Pure Pressed Base Mineral Powder. So this is the shade Fawn, which makes a really gorgeous contour colour if you have a fairer complexion like me. It's not too warm and it's not too grey on the undertones either, it's just the perfect balance of in between those colours. This is actually a mineral foundation, but I love to use it for a contour product and you will see why in a moment. So I'm just taking a small amount onto an angled brush. This is a Sigma angled blush brush and just tapping off any excess. You should be able to see where your natural hollows of your cheekbone are. this is the area that we're looking to concentrate the colour on, and then we want to bring the shade upwards to create that lovely chiselled effect. So for me, I prefer to use a patting motion to really work the colour in. You can use a swiping motion as well, but I find that this helps with more control over where you're putting the colour. So once you finish blending your contour in, you should end up with something like this. If you do want to make the contour a little bit more pronounced, you can take a small buffing brush like this. This is an eyeshadow blending brush, and you can really concentrate that into the hollow of the cheekbone here, just to add a little bit more definition and darkness. So next we're going to move on to the eyeshadow. Today we're going to be using the Sigma Ambience eyeshadow palette. The Sigma eyeshadow palette comes with 14 shades, which are beautiful neutrals. These are perfect for daytime or evening looks. The shades are a mixture of matte, shimmer and frosted shades, so you can create so many different eye looks with just this one palette. And it also comes with a dual-ended makeup brush as well to help you apply your eyeshadows and blend them out flawlessly. So today we're going to be creating quite a neutral and light golden eye makeup look. So the first eyeshadow that we're going to go in with is the shade here that's called Basque. So I'm going to take this onto the fluffy blending brush and just tap off any excess. And we're going to concentrate this in the socket. So we're just following that natural crease and just letting the brush sit within the crease and do all the work for us. Same on the other side, tap away the excess and just nestle the brush in that natural contour of your eye and use a gentle circular motion, going backwards and forwards just to blend that colour in. And we're just putting a tiny bit on the outer corner of the lid as well, just to tie everything together before we go in with our gold shimmer shade. So at this stage, this is what your eye makeup should look like. Next, we're going to go in with our shimmering gold shade. We're going in with this shade here, which is called Firefly. And we're using the opposite end of the brush this time because this will help to pick up the shimmery shades much better. Again, just tap off any excess. And then we're going to pat this onto the lid. And as you can see, we get that gorgeous shimmery gold shade. And we're just taking that up to where the natural crease of the eye is. We don't want to go any higher with this because it does have sparkles in there. So we just want to make sure we keep it on the bottom of the lid, which is known as the movable lid. And before we do any blending there, we're just going to do the same on the other side. Once you've applied your shimmer shade, you should look something like this. Then we're going to take the fluffy blending brush and just blend those edges. So again, not going any higher than the socket line, but just blending that together. If you'd like to add a pop of colour to the centre of your eye, known as a spotlight, then you can go in with this shade here, which is called Marigold. And we're just taking that on the sweeper end of the makeup brush. Tap off the excess and just purely concentrate that just in the centre of your lid, and it just gives a beautiful spotlight colour. To add a little bit more definition to the eyes, we're going to go in with Sigma's gel eyeliner in the shade Wicked. So I'm just taking a small amount of this onto a small angle brush, which is a Sigma brush, and then we're going to run this along the lash line. This just helps the lashes to look really nice and thick. And you'll be able to see it just gives extra definition along that lash line. Next, we're going to add a mascara. This is from Revitalash, and this is the volumizing mascara. So it's a duo mascara where one side is the volumizer that you apply first to prime your lashes and volumize, and then the next step is your color, which adds more definition to your lashes. Once you've applied a volumizing primer, you should end up with something that looks like this. Next, it's time to go in with the mascara. Next, we're going to use the Sigma blush palette just to add a little bit more warmth to the face. So the shade we're going to go for today is Pinkin. And I'm just going to use the same brush that I used for my contour shade earlier and just take a tiny little bit onto the brush. I'm going to concentrate that on the high point of the cheekbones and bring it up towards the temple so we keep that nice chiseled look. And I'm also going to take a tiny little bit of Pet Name as well. Because why not? We like to be extra. Extra girls. And because we can't have a golden glowy look without a golden glowy highlighter, we're going to go in with a Sigma highlighter in the shade Moonbeam. So I'm going to take a tiny bit onto my brush, tap off the excess, and we're going to put this on the high points of the cheekbones. And then to keep with the theme of more is more, we're going to pop a tiny bit just onto the Cupid's bow as well. Next we're going in with the Sigma Infinity Point lipstick in the shade Deja Vu. It's named the Infinity Point because of the lovely shape which helps you to get the perfect shape on your lip. And then to finish our look, we're going to use the HydroPeptide Perfecting Gloss, and this is the lip enhancing treatment in the shade Sunkissed Bronze. This perfecting lip gloss is great for plumping your lips and adding extra definition, and it also smells amazing. And this is the finished look. If you enjoyed our video, please give it a big thumbs up. You can shop all of the products on our website, and you can also find a list of every product used in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching. Bye! Welcome to Mob Wife. You're a strong, independent woman. Don't need anyone to tell you how to blend. You're Mob Wife.